Hello and welcome back to the Bossk-Brick YouTube channel. If you can ignore the noise of the traffic just outside, I've wanted to reintroduce you to my garage. If you did manage to watch my previous video, first of all, thank you. And secondly, it's actually time to say goodbye to all of it. So my wife and I, we're moving out, and so this is basically me packing up my entire collection and taking you along with me. It's going to be a pretty mammoth task, but I think it's doable. I've got a shed load of boxes, I've got some duct tape as well, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I didn't have enough space for all of my Lego Star Wars. I've just been adding to it ever since. The shelves have got to a point now where there is just too much Star Wars, too much ships. Too much ships? There are just too many ships, too many walkers, too many figures, etc. And I don't have enough space for them anymore. One of the first things I need to do is break out some of the old boxes. So in some of these old boxes here, old A3 paper boxes, I've still got some Lego Star Wars which I wasn't able to put on display in here. They're too full. I can't fit anything else on there. This first box is full of old Lego Star Wars stuff. Let's show you. So in the first box, we've got a Sith Infiltrator. I don't actually have a modern one. I think this is the only Sith Infiltrator that I've got, and it's the old blocky one from the early 2000s. Naboo Speeder. I've got an Imperial tank. We do have a couple of other things. Got a Geonosis Walker, Sand Speeder, Anakin's old pod racer. So this isn't a complete mess. I mean, I've also got a dragon here with one black wing and one strangely orange wing, but are they back to front? It is back to front, isn't it? Strange. Anyway, these units I'm probably going to keep on their own, but trying to fit these ships and everything else into the boxes, that's my goal for today. So I've got the Spider. I'm going to take the Imperial V-Wing as well. That can go in here. I'm going to ignore the figures. Tell you what we can do is the Younglings Jedi Temple. That can go in there. I'll chuck this little speeder in there as well from the Jedi Temple. What else can we chuck? Any more speeders? Yeah, we've got quite a few speeders actually. So the Escape Trouble on Tatooine, that can go in there as well. Plenty of room. An old Scout speeder, that can go. Probe Droid, we're going to keep you aside. Sand Trooper for the dewback, I'll keep you aside as well. Bad Batch speeder. I mean, if we've got the other V-Wing in there, we might as well put this V-Wing in. And I'm pretty sure that's pretty full. I mean, that'll do for the first box, I reckon. Tell you what, we'll chuck Brickhead Kylo in there as well. There you go, mate. First box done. Right, now I've got another A3 paper box with stuff in it already, which we're going to try and fill up. As you've probably noticed on the floor, I do have a giant box of Lego. These are my UCSs. Black container under there is also full of Lego. And then this entire mess. Over here I've got my unbuilt sets. If you ignore the Baby Walker, I've got an AT-AT in there. I've got a Star Destroyer in there, all in pieces. I've got Jabba's Sail Barge over here. I've got an AT-TE over here. Old Falcon. We've also got speeders and turbo tanks and just so much stuff. Inside this box we have a cantina. We've got Death Star gunner. Base plate. Oh, look at that. The old desert skiff. Very nice. This time round, I reckon we're probably going to go for a lot of the Clone Wars stuff. So we'll take some of the walkers, the speeders. I don't know whether a turbo tank will fit in there, but we'll give it a go. Some micro builds. So I've actually got the tiny weeny turbo tank, slightly larger one, slightly larger, and slightly larger still. We do need to find a second turret for that, actually. Now I know that my way of packing all this up is pretty hasty so far. What I'm dreading most is moving a lot of the shuttles, so the larger stuff. Little intermission, I had a delivery of a figure from Whatnot, and I cannot remember the figure that I bought. The Rebel Trooper. Hopefully you can see that quite clearly. So I managed to get him off of Whatnot. It was a couple of quid. What next? So I'm going to start packing some stuff into this cardboard box now. Similar size to the other one. Chuck it up here. And see what we can get in there. I've decided that this is probably going to be mostly an Imperial box because I've got so much Imperial stuff that it's going to be the majority of it going in here. So I'm going to put these Marauders at the bottom. With the TIE fighters over there, what I'm going to take the wings off of each of them, probably try to lay them down here, and then I put the cockpit can stay in there as well. So the cool thing about the TIE fighters is obviously the wings can just come straight off. So I'll be able to pack the wings separately to the cockpits. I do have 4 of these slightly smaller ones. So that first one was a First Order TIE fighter, and we've got the Imperial ones as well. Nice and easy. Wings come off. Stack the wings, place the cockpit. So this is exactly what I'm doing, just chucking the wings in and then grabbing the cockpit. Simple. Ooh, this is going to be a bit trickier. Tell you what, we'll focus on that in just a second. We'll get rid of these TIE fighters. And now the TIE fighters and the Marauders are in the box. I can either get the TIE Defender, the TIE Interceptor, or the TIE Bomber. I mean, I do have the TIE Striker up there as well, so let's see what we can fit in the box. So I decided to just put the TIE Bomber in there as it is. What we can do with the TIE Interceptor is we can just slip some of the wings off. They can go in there. There we go. They come off quite nicely. After having a better look at the TIE Defender, we can see that there's quite a few pieces that are some damaged. So I'll be able to put them in some hydrogen peroxide at some point, maybe in the new place. The TIE Defender as well, the wings can come off quite nicely, so we'll be able to stack them in there as well. Not done with the TIE Fighters just yet, but the TIE Advance, which will just fold the wings in. That can go in as it is, nice and compact. Also got the TIE Dagger. Last of all, we've got the modded TIE Racer from the, oh, what was it? I can't actually remember the show. Resistance? Star Wars Resistance? I mean, it was the same show as the Von Reg, but yeah. I'm not a religious man by any means, but I pray that this is all going to get transported safely. So I'm not really worried about the top of the box. It'd be easy to stack it. What I am worried about is the underneath of the box, and retrospectively I probably should duct tape that before filling the entire box. Just remembered I've got this handy little tool which is really helpful for cutting open boxes and cutting tape, whatever. So instead of being the Neanderthal that I am, I can just use this instead. How much easier that is. Did it. So I also had this box which was partially filled. Some droid carriers, some clone accessories. What's his name? Jack 14's his starfighter, carbon freezing chamber, the forge. We've also got the throne of Mandalore as well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and put some of the Clone Wars stuff, maybe some of the battle droid builds, some droidicas, spider droids, etc. We'll try and fill this box up now. What's going in here? So I managed to record the majority of it before my phone died. So we've got all of these boxes here, a couple of bags. The units are looking pretty empty now. Still got some of the bigger stuff that we need to pack. I've got some Millennium Falcons down there, a assault carrier down there as well. But for the most part, this is it. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in the new place.